And I think that's a brilliant segue for us to jump into the first sort of segment of the conversation, right? Which is what role does ops play in, say, helping scale a business in the BFSI domain, a business like insurance? So maybe my first question, from the outside, people generally would tend to observe the more financial aspect, right, of insurance and miss the operational complexity that's actually happening under the hood to make such a large business operate. Could you break us down, what role ops and people play in insurance? Give us an idea of what that value chain, the customer journey, and the operational complexity looks like. I think it'd also be helpful for you to maybe tell people a little bit about what you do today and then sync that in with the question.
Sure. So I'm the Chief Business Officer for Pramerica Life Insurance. We're a mid-sized insurance company, life insurance company in the Indian situation. Two shareholders, both supportive. Piramal Finance from India holds a larger majority share, and then we've got Prudential Financial from US, currently with us as a shareholder for the last 17 odd years. What do I do? I'm responsible for, as I said, getting the bread and butter home and ensuring that the customer stays on with us and gets an experience that he or she actually valued for, or the need that for which the customer kind of bought our product. Uh, Coming to what do I look at operations in insurance, I have a very different definition of operations, Rohit. When you talk ops, people feel everything to do with backend, the way the management happens at the back end of the customer, of the entire probably value chain, but the back end part of it. I view operations as something that would start from the time we would finalize a customer segment or a distribution model that you would want to adopt for. Right from potential customer identification to the reach out to the onboarding, and then thereafter for the entire chain, which I'll kind of highlight now, is for me operations. Why do I say that? Because of two bigger things that insurance brings, life insurance specifically, and let me be specific here, is different from other probably businesses or sectors. Number one, life insurance is the push product today, at least in the Indian scenario. Right now, you and I still don't understand our need for having a life insurance product, or our need to kind of keep enhancing our life insurance cover, to say, because we all understand that, fair, I have a little bit of disposable money. Why don't I invest in it? I can invest in the markets, I could invest in debt instruments, I could invest in real estate. We only think investing in India. But how do you protect your investments? How do you protect your assets? How do you protect your liabilities? Right, is something that life insurance also talks about, and that's not really a product that comes first thing in the mind, right? Um uh, Health insurance, on the other hand, or for that matter, general insurance, is still has a quasi pull in the market. Health, because of the rising medical costs and all the complexities in terms of health problems that one faces. And obviously, general, I would, let's say, talk motor insurance in general being something that's a complete pull product because it's regulatory governed. You cannot take out a vehicle on the road without having a live motor insurance in place. So that's one reason. The second reason why I say that the spectrum is wide in life insurance when it comes to operations is because the moment I onboard a customer in life insurance, the sale starts. The sale does not end. Why? Because the product is long tailed. I have promised the customer that I would take care of his or her financial needs over a period of 10, 20, 30 years for which he or she has bought the product. He or she has promised me that he would stay along with me, keep paying me the premiums every year till the time his or her financial need is not satisfied by me. So it's a start of a sale and not a close of a sale, as we call it. It's not like you bought the product, fill it, shut it, and forget it. It's like, okay, let's see now how this goes. So, creating a very, very mindful value chain to ensure the longevity of the customer, that they stay checked in and you're able to deliver what you've promised to the customer in terms of experience, in terms of the final product, is where I would say life insurance is a little different. There are multiple touch points to the customer. The first touch point could be when you're trying to onboard the customer. What experience are you wanting to give the customer in terms of ease of onboarding? It's a complex product. It's a contract of good faith. When it means, and this is the law, the Insurance Act of 1938 says insurance is a contract of good faith. So, what you declare to me as the customer is very, very important for me to service you. So a full transparency with the customer saying that you got to tell me everything about yourself, which would help me fulfill my promise to you is extremely important. So that experience, how fast are you able to do it? How seamless are you able to do it? But how transparently are you able to do it? Because the nature of the product is very complex. So that's the first touch point. The second touch points would start as we onboarded him, as we've underwritten him. It's a product where you don't pay the money and you don't get the product into your hand. Uh, as you pay the money, I would underwrite you as the customer, which also happens in the lending when you're underwriting the customer to become a potential borrower. But even in insurance, the underwriting is basis the mortality, the health, and that takes a while. How do I treat you during that process? How do I keep you updated about what's happening with your application that you have kind of filed with me? Am I capable enough to onboard you? Do I need you to help me further give me some more information that has emerged out of that process, right? It could kind of tick you off as a customer if you find someone reaching out to you back and forth. How can I make that seamless? How can I make that really intuitive for you? And I keep you abreast with the process. And then is when I kind of finally onboard you and I kind of issue you the product that you kind of came to buy me from. And then every year or every month, there could be a touch point that you and I would go through, depending upon how have you chosen to pay me. If you've chosen to pay me every year, is a yearly touch point that I would have. And between the gap of your first and the second touch point, I would have to kind of keep in touch with you, keep reminding you that I have a promise to keep as an insurer, and you have chosen a way to kind of protect yourself and your family or your income. So it's like you're selling every time you're talking to the customer. And then kind of taking that through, remembering that at the end of 10th or 20th year, you had to gain what you had to gain from me as my promise or my moment of truth, and keep that entire organization alive for it to kind of fulfill that promise. So it's a little complex. It requires a very different mindset to build these touch points and the entire workflows around it. And that's how I would say is the length of the operation value chain in life insurance.